So this is Altered Books, and this is a process by which you use an existing book, an actual book, as a framework to collage into, rip into, play into, really get loose into. So we love the structure of the book, but from then we just really launch off and take off. And that's Altered Books. It's a really, really freeing process. It's as much about making beautiful things as it really is about freeing your intuition and your instinct and your pleasure for color and shape and pattern and beauty is really what it is. So we start with a blank book. I love to get like an old children's encyclopedia, something kind of large. I like a larger book. I like something with some old typeface and some old colors. The old palettes, look at that, how gorgeous that is. That's really fun to play with, and I love books like that. And then I just start, and you can see that what I'm doing is there's just a lot of ripped paper. I'm using photos, buttons, things I've found from the flea market, pieces of metal, photos I've taken on my iPhone that I like to cut out and use. Really anything I can find. So what I do is I start moving very quickly. I just start by picking up pieces of paper that I'm drawn to. I'm not thinking ahead, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm really drawn right now to this orange and white polka dotted paper. I like it, so I'm going to put it down. I try to move quickly because I don't want to overthink things. I just want to move intuitively and instinctively. I like this paper that I got the other day, so I'm going to rip off a piece and find the right place. Like, where does it go? Ah, right there. Okay, good. So then I'm going to glue it down. I'm not worried about whether or not it works or it makes sense. I'm just liking it in the moment, and I'm going to move from there. And that's what I'm going to do with the next piece of paper. I'm just going to pick it up, rip it, put it down. I find a place for it, I put it down. This is just as much about, this is a practice really about working intuitively and instinctively. Beautiful things come from it, but what we're really, really doing is working the yes muscle. The big muscle that just goes, yes, try it, why not? I love this flower, and I found these old flowers at, the cheap fabric stores, so I'm going to put a few of them together. I like them a lot. I'm always looking for things that I'm drawn to, things that are pretty for me. I'm not going to think too hard. I'm not going to think, is this perfect? I'm just going to glue it and put it down, because I know that whatever I do, I can work my way into the next thing I do. There's no mistakes here. So I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to, I like this little gem I have, this little crystal, so I'm going to put it down inside of it. And I could probably use some stronger glue, but for now this is just fine. And then I'm going to start picking up paper again. Do I like this? Maybe. I don't think too hard. I just pick it up. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I pick up something else. I'm working really quickly. And that's what I'm doing here. As much as I'm making beautiful things, I'm just working with what turns me on and what I like. And I'm not thinking too hard about that.